Let me tell you something about credit cards. They're not evil, but they are one of the most expensive ways to borrow money ever invented. Most people believe their biggest financial problem is not earning enough money, but that's rarely the truth. The real problem? Interest working against you. When interest works for you, it builds wealth. When it works against you, it builds a prison. And credit card debt is the perfect prison system. Imagine a prison where the guards don't shout. They just send you a monthly statement. That statement quietly says, minimum payment due. So you pay the minimum. Next month, the balance barely moves, and the interest keeps growing. You feel responsible because you paid something, but mathematically, you barely paid anything. At 20% interest, your money is working against you faster than most investments can work for you. That's not just debt. That's reverse investing. Credit card companies don't want customers who pay in full. Those people are free riders. The perfect customer is someone who pays the minimum, carries a balance, keeps spending. Why? Because the average credit card interest rate today sits around 20 to 25%. That's an incredible return. If I could earn 25% guaranteed every year, I'd invest every dollar I had. But here's the twist. You're not the investor. You're the investment. Credit card debt doesn't happen because people are stupid. It happens because the system is designed to make spending painless. When you hand over cash, you feel the loss. When you tap a card, your brain barely notices. Psychologists call this decoupling. The pain of spending is separated from the act of buying. That's why people spend more with cards than cash. It's not a discipline problem, it's human psychology. The minimum payment might be the most dangerous number on the statement. Let's say you owe $5,000 at 22% interest. Your minimum payment might be around $150. Sounds manageable. But here's the reality. If you only pay the minimum, it could take over 20 years to pay off, and you might pay thousands more in interest than the original purchase. That's the trap. It feels affordable, but it quietly stretches your debt into decades. Rule number 1 is simple. Stop digging the hole. You cannot escape debt while still adding to it. So the first move is not complicated. Stop using the card. Put it in a drawer. Freeze it in ice. Delete it from your phone. Whatever works. But the key is this: no new debt while you're trying to escape old debt. Once the spending stops, the next step is attacking the debt strategically. My favorite method is simple mathematics. Pay minimum payments on everything. Then put every extra dollar toward the card with the highest interest rate. This is called the debt avalanche. Why does it work? Because every dollar you remove from high interest is like earning a guaranteed return. Paying off a 22% credit card is like earning 22% on your money. You won't find many investments that can beat that. Most people try to solve debt slowly. They nibble at it. But escaping the trap requires focus and intensity. Cut expenses temporarily. Sell things you don't need. Work extra hours if possible. Not forever, just long enough to break the back of the debt. Think of it like removing a splinter. The faster it's gone, the faster the pain disappears. Debt isn't only about math, it's about behavior. If spending created the debt, new habits must replace the old ones. Before buying something, ask yourself one question. Would I still buy this if I had to pay cash today? That question alone will eliminate many purchases, not because you're cheap, but because you're becoming intentional. Something amazing happens when the last payment is made. Your money finally stops working against you and starts working for you. The same discipline that destroyed the debt can now build wealth. Instead of paying interest, you start earning it. And over time, that small shift changes everything. Because the real secret to wealth isn't complex investing. It's simply this: avoiding the traps that destroy it. If there's one thing I would tell every young person, it's this: stay away from credit card debt. Not because it's immoral, but because it's mathematically brutal. The moment you escape the interest prison, you finally give yourself the greatest financial advantage of all: time and compounding on your side. And that's when real wealth begins.